guys. Last night I didn't sleep too well because the thunder was just absolutely extreme. Anyways, today I want to talk about why I moved to China and why I moved to Shenzhen specifically as opposed to other cities in China. So before I jump into exactly why I moved to China in the first place, let's talk about some interesting facts. The mortar used to bind the Great Wall stones was made with sticky rice. The size of China is about the same as the continental US. However, it only has one official time zone versus the US, which has 4. More people speak Mandarin, a Chinese dialect, than any other first language in the world. Let's jump to Shenzhen, where I am right now. Did you know that it is the richest city with the highest per capita GDP in comparison to other cities in China? Ping An Finance Center, which is located in Shenzhen, is the 4th tallest building in the world. It is also the 2nd tallest building in China, behind Shanghai Tower. And last but not least, more than half of Shenzhen's population is under the age of 30. And fun fact, most of them are female. I just got out of the apartment when we were about to go longboarding, and then it just started downpouring immediately as we were walking. We're in the middle of a cyclone Merbok, so it does have a tendency to rain like crazy and then it stops. I'm in front of this really cool structure. It's called a Nolan map. So basically everything here that's pronounced, like these little structures, are buildings. And then here, like this break is a river. So it's pretty cool. I feel like to talk to you guys about why I moved to Shenzhen, I want to kind of talk about why I started traveling in the first place and how I ended up in Asia. I just graduated from college about a year ago with a degree in journalism.
Bonjour à tous, je m'appelle Poppy et je suis ici en direct sur le campus de CU Boulder en représentant le journal Con.
I didn't want to jump into a career job right away because I wasn't exactly sure what I wanted to do with that, and so I wanted to travel, right? I started in Central America. My idea was to meet people along the way and then go where they tell me to go, and I thought I was going to go towards South America. Then I got all my stuff stolen, and that kind of just detoured my whole trip. I ended up going back to the States to work because I lost all this money and my laptop broke at the same time, and then I got in this idea that I wanted to go to Romania and learn about my culture, my heritage, because I'm half Romanian, my dad's from Bucharest. I started working for this hostel in Bucharest, and one of the owners, Jason, had talked about living in Shenzhen, China. Fate just really doesn't want me to make this vlog because my camera just died. Okay, what was I talking about? When I was working in this hostel, I kept talking to other travelers, like, do you ever feel this, lost traveling, or you start questioning your purpose for traveling? Why are you doing this? Why are you spending money and you're not making money? And starting to question my whole motives and just the whole reason I was traveling. I was feeling really lonely because I was traveling by myself, and even though I met people along the way, like, I just started to get a little depressed. I was looking for change. I was looking for an escape. So I just got really excited on this idea. I don't know, I felt like he was the answer I was looking for. Like, I was lost, and maybe he was the sign telling me where to go next. I don't know, as cheesy as that sounds, I'm a huge believer in fate, and I honestly, on some level, believe that my camera and all my stuff was stolen for a reason, because maybe I wasn't supposed to be in Central America. Maybe I was supposed to be redirected and come here. I don't know. I don't know how life necessarily works. That's just, I try to have a positive outlook, and that's what gets me through the day. I've gone through waves with traveling, and I think now I'm starting to feel more comfortable with it. I'm kind of trying to incorporate now my degree in journalism with travel, because there's a lot of things you can learn with travel, not just how amazing a place is, but just actually about the country, about the economics, how the country runs, how it works, about the culture. I want to educate people because I'm educating myself at the same time. In regards to why I chose Shenzhen itself, there's more reasons. Before I talk about, though, why I moved to Shenzhen specifically, we're going to longboard a little bit in this area. It's probably not allowed, but it's raining. What else am I supposed to do? Is climate. At the time, I was living and working in Romania.
Locuiesc și lucrez la Camin. Este foarte plăcut la Camin.
But I really chose the wrong months to go. My father had told me, avoid Romanian winters. My friend Livio had told me never go to Romania in the winter. Well, I'm really stubborn and I still went. This is like a really frigid, painful cold. I still had a great time and I met a lot of cool people, but I really could not handle the cold. When I was first introduced to the idea about China, one of the top reasons was like, oh my gosh, it'll be hot. Second reason why I went is proximity. I had never heard of Shenzhen, to be honest. When I was first told about it, I was like, well, what's that city? I want to learn more about that. And then I was shown on the map where it is and how close it is to Hong Kong, and I thought, well, that's perfect because I want to keep traveling, and that's close to one of the biggest international airports in Southeast Asia. It's gonna get me cheap flights, and all I want to do is travel. Right here behind me, the mountains right here, is Hong Kong. So there's the ferries that are just right this way. All the boats are here, and you can just hop on it and go to Hong Kong, and then you're technically in a whole nother country. Third reason is change. The whole reason I started traveling was to broaden my mind and to get out of my comfort zone, which I think is a huge reason why people travel in the first place, is just to be pushed. I'd never been to Asia. I had planned on going to Asia, but I didn't know when it would happen, and I just thought, you know what, this is time. This is when I'm gonna go, and this is fate telling me I need to go. At the airport now, and we're just waiting for our flight. It's a 4-hour flight from Paris to Moscow, and then we're gonna fly from Moscow to Hong Kong, and I think that's 9 hours, so it's gonna be a long time. Another thing was actually the visa. It kind of intrigued me, the idea that you had to really invest in a visa if you wanted to learn about this country. And so that means there's not going to be as many tourists, as many expats here, because if they want to visit, they gotta pay. And most people, I think, makes sense, would invest in only like a 5-day visa. Well, I wanted to push beyond that. This is a culture, this is a country I know nothing about. We don't know what it is.
See it? That's the best dessert I've ever had in my entire life.
So yeah, those are the 3 main reasons why I chose to move to Shenzhen. And so far, like I've talked about many times, is I'm loving it. I'm sure things are not gonna go my way. There are things I don't like here, but they're just not significant. There's things I don't like in San Diego where I'm from, but like I said, they're not significant enough for me to say I don't like San Diego. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. Remember to subscribe if you haven't, because I will post another video this coming Wednesday. I'm sorry I am a little bit late today, but I kind of got caught up watching the new season of Orange is the New Black, and I'm still editing right now. But it should be up in the next 20 minutes. We'll see. Yeah, so hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.